Hello and welcome back to Khans of the Steppe. I've had quite a chaotic time today trying to find time to record this, so bear with me if it's a little bit shorter. However, talking of chaotic things, people have been talking about our succession. So, now we actually have people who could be our heir. Let's see what's up with succession. So, we have chaotic succession here, which is just basically do they approve or disapprove, and then we're just able to pick our successor. Yeah. So we can literally just pick any of these people and just say, you're my successor. Well, literally if we have 1000 prestige to change it. So I think it just picks whoever would naturally be your successor, which is oldest son, and then you can change it to whoever fits, which is kind of how I thought it works, which is great. So in theory, we can just pick whoever is the best heir, and then they will get everything, at least as far as I'm aware. However, I don't know what the consequences of a chaotic succession are. It says a random consequence will happen. What is that? I don't know. I assume there's a table of consequences and something random can happen, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's see. 1 disobedient. Herd losses, defecting courtiers, loss of level of fame, or tributaries breaking free. 2, significant disorder, large herd losses, land lost, lost gold, or major legitimacy hits. Half or more disobedient, greater turmoil, enormous herd loss, the realm splitting in half, or even the realm dissolving completely. So right now, the realm would just dissolve or split in half or any of those other really, really bad stuff. Alright, well that's not good. Can I see why they disapprove? Not here. Is it down here? Ah, there we go. No, that's just their obedience. Does this just... Can they approve and be disobedient, or is this just a if they're obedient they will approve kind of situation? Part of the Karauda, no court position. Oh, so they separately want a court position. No positive special relationship. Okay, I see. So special relationships are things like friend. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So he's not our friend or anything. He's not got a special court position. Our legitimacy is low. And we're not very scary. So he's not backing us. So it says that we're minus 50. Does that add up? So those cancel each other out. That's minus 30. That's 30. And then that's minus 50. Yeah. So those do cancel out. So in theory, what we want to start doing is either getting a hook on them to force obedience, or we want to try and become friends with these people. I think that's probably the easiest way, because if we're friends, I'm assuming it gets rid of the entire negative 50, and probably gives you a positive on top of it. So that seems good. What else can we do? We can give them all court positions. Well, that's fairly straightforward and easy to do. Legitimacy, that's going to be harder. Legitimacy is going to be a much harder one to get. We are almost at level 1, right? Our legitimacy is 100, so we are at level 1 legitimacy. Okay, but it's still low. We're at expected level, but it's still low. Alright. Well, that's cool. We'll figure out what we're doing there. Is anyone closer? Just see, is anyone closer? So you're minus 54. Minus 64. Minus 80. Why do you hate me? He doesn't necessarily hate me. He just doesn't have the same positives that you have. Yeah, so you have a positive because we match gregarious. I see. What's your minus 4? Ah, your opinion is plus 6. I see. And these guys don't have opinion bonuses, or opinion bonuses are nicely rounded? Opinion bonus is nicely rounded, and then do you get a negative opinion? Yeah, you do, and it's also... Okay, it's nicely rounded to a multiple of 5. Okay, that's the only reason I didn't spot them. Right. Well, let's fix these guys up one at a time. So Bellic is our first person to fix. So, Bellic, you're currently disobedient. Let's start by swaying you. Yeah, so we're going to sway him, try and make him like us. We're then going to give him a court position. Do we have a court position that he could have? Which one do we need? He's probably good at some kind of martial position, looking at what he's got. So general gives you herd conversion into horde riders. Hunter experience. Keeper of the horse. Keeper of the horse is pretty good. Could you be my keeper of the horse? No, you're not eligible to be my keeper of the horse. So who's eligible? What do you need? Is this filtered? This isn't filtered. Yeah, so why are there only this many characters eligible? Huh. It's interesting that he's a member of my... Like, he's a member of my court. Oh, there we go. They are your courtier. They are not imprisoned. They are not at war with you. They are not landed. Their government type is nomadic. Ah, he doesn't have enough prowess. Oh, there you go. How about bodyguard? Could you be a bodyguard? Doesn't have enough prowess. Master of the chase. He could be master of the chase. And he can't be general. So literally, if we're going to put him in charge, if we want to give him a position he's probably good at, then you have to be master of the chase. It's just simple. This is the position that you can hold. So where is he? There's Bellic. He's only good at it. What's it going to cost me? Almost no money and almost no prestige. Well, I mean, that's alright. We can cope with almost no money and almost no prestige. That seems like a reasonable cost. So let's go with that for right this second. Right. Next, so that's made him a little bit more obedient. He's already at -10 now, opposed to being -50. So that's good. And employed gives a +15 bonus. Alright, and we're going to try and improve his opinion of us, which will give us +50. I think that's probably it for him right now. Do we want him to do any of these tasks? No. I don't really need him to track any particular type of game right now. That's fine. Right, next... Oh, also we have this one. What's this one? Oh, this gives us legitimacy per month. Might be worth having a look at. Also makes the obedience threshold change. Ooh, that might be relevant. Alright, next up, let's have another look at another member of our Cruelty. So it says Cruelty and other people who have an impact. Who are the other people? He actually doesn't say. Yeah, I guess if you have an empty position in your Cruelty, it could do something? Oh yeah, why does it say and other people when it's just your cruel? Anyway, there's probably a reason later. Maybe if we have family members who are eligible, they could disapprove. Anyway, where are we? Back to the Cruelty. You, Uzer. Uzer has a reasonable amount of prowess. Alright. Let's see whether we can put him into a court position here. How about Chief Bodyguard for Uzer? Is he any good at it? He's average. Uzer, you shall be my Chief Bodyguard. It's not great because obviously he doesn't like us a ton, but to be honest, nobody really likes us a ton. So, yeah, that's fine. We'll appoint him into that position. And we have two options. Double the guard, which is enemy hostile scheme phase length is slower per scheme phase, or we can increase our natural dread by 4. What is our natural dread? Natural dread is currently -15, in which case an increase by 4 does not matter at all because it will still be in a negative. It will still trend towards 0. So it will make no difference whatsoever. So we might as well not pay for it. He's now at -45. Still doesn't like us, but he's in a better position than he was. Right, next up, we're going to have you. This guy, same thing. Are you any good at anything? Now, the problem is, not really very good at prowess. Which is I don't know if we have any positions for you that would fit. Let's just see. So your diplomacy isn't high enough. Your oh, actually, this is only martial. This isn't prowess. Maybe general? Could you be general? His name is Kochian. Yes, you can be my general. I got two options. I can cow vassals to make intimidated vassals pay me more. Well, I don't have any well, I have one vassal and we're not intimidating. Prepare raids. Movement speed over land when raiding and raid speed. I do like that and it only costs us prestige. I'll take it. Next, we also, what's your obedience level at now? -29. Still not great, but an improvement. I don't know why I put all these ambitious people in as my Cruelty. I think I said something like, I'll just put them in for now, it doesn't matter too much. I think that's probably what I said. And now I'm realizing that my actions have consequences. Well, this guy, he's good at prowess. You can be my keeper of the horse. Wonderful. Herd gain, herd capacity, and travel speed. Wonderful. So we now have that person in here. Also, while we're at it, I'm going to try out some of the automation. This is stuff that they added in a previous patch. I've just never tried it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... so I can suggest best candidates in event, auto-assign highest aptitude candidate if available. Yeah, so auto-assign highest aptitude candidate or notifier of an event. So that must mean if nobody's available. No, we'll just get it to auto-assign. So this is now on auto-assign. Whenever we lose a caravan master, it's just going to put the best person in there. We'll see how that goes. Right, I have a prisoner. Do we want him? It's been suggested I do something like this if I recruit people. So I get a hook so I can immediately make them obedient. Let's try that. Yeah, you're my test subject. Wonderful. I'm now going to immediately use my hook to get obedience. So obedience appears to just be a permanent thing until, I guess, circumstances change. Yeah, sworn obedience. So there must be like a circumstance where it recalculates, because we had a vassal who was obedient and then became disobedient. But did they become disobedient because we migrated, maybe? That might have been it. Anyway, I also have a dangerous faction. Oh, it's not really dangerous. It just hasn't recalculated our military strength. Ah, good to see that one still there. Now, it's also been suggested that we have a look at turning some of our horde riders into men-at-arms. Let's see. So it cost me herd and gold. So I could potentially get some horse archers. I can't get nomad lancers and I can't get Tarkans because they're too expensive. Let's just see what our options are. So these ones are good in taiga, forest, hills, and mountains. That's the map mode I'm looking for. So we have a lot of taiga up here, a lot of hills, a lot of mountains. So taiga, hills, and mountains are going to be highly valuable to us. Steppe is kind of on the edge. Forest is on the edge. Desert is on the edge. Right. So that's good. So these guys, great in the terrain that we occupy, and they love winter. So immediately, they're pretty good. Now, we get 100 of them, and it's 16, 16, 20. Alright, let's have a look at Steppe Raiders. So Steppe Raiders, great in the steppe, plains, drylands, desert, forest, taiga. Not so good in mountains or hills, mountains or desert mountains, or wetlands. Mountains are the main problem here, but it's not the end of the world. So that's 100, 22, 16, 30, 30. Now, that would make these guys better. They do cost 7 more, but they are just better in terms of, like, flat stats. How much of a bonus do you get? So 12, 6. 12, 6 in taiga, and then lowering bonuses down the line. So your taiga bonus is only a +5. So really, we're looking at 27, 16. I'll just look at first two. 27, 16 for you. While in taiga, you are actually 28, 22. So in their good terrain, they are outperforming the steppe raiders, which is very good to think about. Now you might be like, well, what about the final two things? So pursuit is, I believe, a stat which makes it more it's a stat that comes into place in the pursuit phase, and it's how many of the enemy that you permanently get rid of, right? Opposed to just beating them in combat, this is how many actually retreat away from combat. The higher your pursuit, the less they're able to leave combat. If your pursuit is high enough, you can wipe out the enemy army. Screen is the opposite. Screen is compared against the enemy's pursuit for the purposes of when you're running away, how many of your troops survive. So it doesn't really matter as long if we're taking fights that we think we're going to win, right? It matters right on the edge, right? In a war where we might have to have multiple fights against people. That's where things really start to matter here. So right away, I think the Maturkan warriors are better, just because of the terrain that we're working in. Nomad Lancers. So these guys are good in steppe, plains, drylands. They hate hills, mountains, Okay, and they hate winter. These guys are awful for us because they hate winter, and we're currently in winter. Like, we're in the part of the map that's going to have winter negatives all the time, so let's ignore that. You also only get 50, but, I mean, the stats are pretty good as a base, but anyway, they're not something we want to pay through the nose for because they're not that valuable to us. Torkins, they're good in oasis, drylands, desert, bad, really bad mountains, super bad in wetlands. They hate winter. Again, we don't really want to pay through the nose for these guys because they're not really good where we are. Now, if we were to go south a little bit, south into this desert land, well, suddenly these guys like come into their own. But while we're still fighting in these mountains and taiga, it's not. These guys aren't really what we're looking for, at least yet. Horse archers, same problem. They're not as good in mountains. You don't really want to take him there. Yeah. And then torchbearers. Ah, so these are different. So, these are siege weapons, but only for nomadic and tribal. They don't do anything anywhere else. Oh, they also cost almost nothing, comparatively. Let's grab ourselves some Maturkan warriors. Yeah, I think these are good. And these are archers. They counter skirmishers. You counter archers. So if we come up against raiders, these guys would counter us. Ideally, we'd want to fight in the mountains with these guys if we could. Let's buy some. And it costs the same to upgrade. Yeah. That seems fine then. So we'll just keep them there. I'm going to keep a little bit of money just so we have it. And we can station them. Do we get any bonuses for stationing them? Yes. Cool. So they can go sit over there. Right. Let's have a little look at our thing here. Family yurt. Now, I want to get to the next level so I can get tutor. What's blocking me? Money and prestige. Alright. Let's maybe think about raiding a little bit. Although I'll wait till the end of the month so it recalculates our military strength. You can no longer increase control in a county. I'm assuming that's because the county now has max increased control. Right, let's raise some local... Actually, are our men at arms finished yet? Oh yeah, they're just immediately available. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's raise local raiders. So that now gives us our army that's a little bit more built up of different things. Horde riders, I'm just seeing. So these type are nomadic horde. Yeah, so these are just effectively levies with a terrain bonus, I think. Although they are better than levies, so I think. So that's good. Actually, there's a way of finding out, isn't there? Because all we need to do is find another army somewhere over here, and then we can compare them. You got an army? I'm trying to find somewhere that's under siege. I don't know if I can find somewhere that's under siege. Just looking for smoke or any kind of sign that somebody is actively sieging. You're at war, right? Oh, there we go. There's a siege. And then I should be able to... Now, I guess I can't quite see the army that's in charge yet. No. So it would have to be a levies that I can see, which is nowhere. But yeah, I think they are better than levies. That's all I'm going to say. Right. Do I want to stay on plunder? Also, yeah, I've already raided these ones. I think we do probably want to stay on plunder unless we want to do like a long-term raid. So we could switch our raid intent to adventure if we wanted to. Give us a lot more capacity and we could go further out. Also, because you can change this on the fly, right? In theory, that means... Oh, also you can only plunder if you're the culture head. Anyway. In theory, that means that you could change this after you've already started pillaging, right? Like, pillage for a little bit or capture for a little bit. Get your, bonuses from that. Get yourself up to max and then increase the amount of loot capacity you have and go to the next place. Maybe. Anyway, how strong are you? 500 troops. Perfect. Seems like we'll attack you then. Our wife is bearing our child. That's good. Is this already been raided or... No, I'm raiding. That's fine. I was just missing it saying there. Your neighbor has lost against another neighbor in a humiliation war. That's all okay. Anything in here we have to do? You demand that this person become my tributary. Where are you? Consider yourself demanded. Wonderful. She is going to be my tributary. She'll give us normal herd and low prestige transfer. Nice. Seems good to me. So that's now kind of part of my realm. And now we're getting... yeah, now we're getting even more herd. Wonderful. Head over here. We raided this one. Let's go to the next place. We'll do another little raid here. Definitely would like to do some battles if we could, but it's alright. Hey, now we're ahead of the culture. So can I change my raid thing here? Yeah, I could change to plunder if I wanted to. I guess it can only be done by the person who's in charge of the culture because you make it an innovation. Oh. What's in the name? My wife thinks we should name this child after her, after herself. Sure. Seems reasonable. I think we named the previous one after us, so that works for me. That's been raided. Or we head over here. How strong are these guys? Not that strong. Alright. Then here we go. I'm gonna go beat up your army for no reason. Because I can. Being the reason. And that completely destroyed their army. Wonderful. Oh, I need to raid this whole thing before I can move. We swayed this person. Nice. Are you still disobedient? Yes, but your opinion on me has gone up a lot. If we get rid of this negative 50, we're sorted. But anyway. That's fine. Finish this and then head up to the next place. I'm no longer cultural head. What do I want here? I think I want bounty as plunder. Yeah. Go to this one. Once we finish this one, we'll then be good to head back into our lands. To make my Kurultai member, Bellic, more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. I'll be sure to mention his gregarious, ambitious, fickle. His youthful vigor. He liked that. Wonderful. Thought he would. Right. Finish that raid. Now we're heading back up here. Beat up this person. And, oh, they disappeared. It's alright. You can designate a guardian for my daughter. Now, I don't need to... Wait, no, I do. I do need to designate a guardian because I don't currently have a court tutor. Alright, let's head home for a second. Just wanted to see how much money I've got. Can I afford a tutor? I'm missing 2 gold. I'll wait. Yeah. We can... Oh, there we go. We have enough now. Yes. So I definitely want this. Because I don't want to be... If I'm going to have tons and tons and tons of children, I definitely do not want to be manually setting the education for each one. That's so last patch. We're not doing that anymore. My wife eagerly brings a woman before me. My Iltabar. Allow me to introduce you to Adiana, claimant to the Ud. Adiana bows before me and says, "It is an honor, my lady. Sadly, Ud will most likely remain out of my grasp without a beneficiary on my side." So you have a claim on what? Wait. You're not a claimant to... Wait, that's my wife. There we go. You have a claimant on what? Ud, who is my tributary. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a favor hook on my tributary by... Wait, I'll inform the High Chieftain Adiana is no longer a threat. Yeah, I'll take the attorney hit here. And then get a hook on that guy. Nice. Hey, you. I'm now going to negotiate your obedience. Let's do it. So, he is now obedient to me. Wonderful. That's what we love to see. Next, this person who's now imprisoned. We could just let her go, I suppose. Could demand her conversion. What happens if we execute her? She becomes executed. Oh, wonderful. Could demand I don't need demand conversion. Could get a hook and a recruit. Let's do a little hook and recruit. And then guess what? You're obedient. Wonderful. I do want to check something else here actually with obedient. Does this affect things like conversion? No. Okay. So only new mechanics, not old mechanics. Right. You've gained a claim on something. My guest has a claim on this. I'm not that worried about people who have claims on other things. It's not really that relevant to us. We may want to move, by the way, because our fertility is dropping. What land nearby has better fertility? That's 30, 58. Oh, so this is 59 over here. So we could think about moving into this area. Yeah, so you're top of the food pile here, and you're not that strong. Even with your allies. Although your allies are not insignificant. Who is your big ally? Maybe someone down here? Yeah, you're a fairly big ally. Then you have this ally here who's also got some level of strength. Let's try migrating over there. Also, yeah, you're still not fixed here. Not quite. So, and this would be the Western Steppe, right? Oh, sorry, Central Steppe. I believe this would. Yes, so this would move us into Central. The Central now has a chance of this, which is the only ways out. Wait, Eastern now has a chance of everlasting summer. In fact, it has a much better chance of everlasting. So we want to stay in the East, actually. Look at this. It's so much better in the East. Ah. So is there somewhere that has good fertility over here? 68%? Who currently holds this land? Maybe you? Yeah, we could definitely look at moving down here. Let's see who it thinks holds this land. Also, what's the... Yeah, so the fertility level would be 68% on average here. Yeah, so it does seem to be pretty high in a lot of those. Let's move. I guess we're nomadic. We are meant to move. It's just, it's so counterintuitive to how you usually play the game. I think we'd want to be like, hey, I'm going to move over here and grab one of these hugely, heavily fertile areas. Now, you see, this one says it's more fertile. Is that because its actual value is higher? That's 205. 126. No. Okay, so it must just be that one holding is better. Right, I'm going to move in here. So this is the guy who currently holds it. He's got 300. His allies don't give him much strength, but he does have steppe riders. I could offer him herd. He would say no. Yeah. I will lose some land. I'd migrate. This person is disobedient and will become your tributary. Alright, so currently he is my vassal. So you'd go to tributary. You would become... Your obedient would migrate. Your obedient and would migrate. Wait, their combined military strength is 3,600. Why is it 3,600? Well, your strength is 300. Your strength is 0 and your strength is 0. Okay. How does that add to 3,000? I'm struggling here. How does that add to 3,000? If you add 372 plus 0 plus 0, 3,000. On decline. Maybe it would tell me. Okay, their combined military... Okay, so he is a suzerain. That's what I'm missing. So his suzerain, Great Lao, would come in. That's why. Okay, so this guy would come in with 3,000. So I can't go south because of Great Lao. What are the other levels of fertility around here? Maybe grab some land over this way if we wanted to. If I go to this map mode, so we go up to 184 if we went over there. It's still within, it's still like close enough to our other territory. That might not be that bad. Angara? Yeah, I think that would be better, because our current one is now dropping low, right? But you've also got combined military strength. Why? Do you have a suzerain? You do. You have a suzerain, you have a suzerain, but wait, who's got the actual strength? So, your suzerain's this guy. It might just be 2,000 if you add them together on this one. That might be what's happening here. You're also currently in a this guy's in a tributary war. So it's like 300, 200, 100, 300. It's still not ideal. How much fertility have we got left in these lands? We have little fertility, but not like a lot. Yeah, we're kind of running out of ability to stay here. Which is unfortunate, because here's now a good place to be. How about these guys? They don't have any liege. I go take their territory. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Yeah, I'm going to go take your territory. So, although it's not great, we could almost offer them herd as well and then just migrate. Yeah. This guy is disobedient and will become my tributary, though. So, is there a way of making you obedient? Negotiate obedience with herd? No, I could do it with money, but I don't have money. Demand a courtier? No, I don't need to demand a courtier. Least vassal is tributary. Yeah, no, I just need to go here. Wait, I can challenge you to a fight? Why? Just because I can. Oh, wonderful. Alright, we're gonna migrate here. I think I understand what I'm doing. Now, we are probably stronger than this person. So, we should just attack. Yeah. Let's do it. We're now raising our troops. I've lost my master of the hunt. Why? I don't know. I lost my wet nurse as well. Why did I lose my wet nurse? Oh, because I lost my yurt positions. So you lose your yurt positions while you're migrating. Alright. I think I would prefer if they were disabled while you migrated. I don't think I like them being unavailable. I like it deassigning people, because then you have to reassign people. I'm ill? With poor health. Please just like make sure I live. You worsened my disease symptoms. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. It's talking about making sure I have someone for my son if I end up dead. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. New martial perk? Is it one that lets me live? No. If we do hit and run, it makes nomadic horde better, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we should have taken the one that helps with sieging. I'm no longer ill. I'm feeling much better. This is going to be my daughter, Anara. Wonderful. Oh, I have a son. This is my son, Blush. Right. Continue sieging. Family, you're complete. Wonderful. 100% war score. Taking prisoners in the siege. Let us enforce our demands. So we've now moved over here. So this is now our territory over here. Which is good. I don't think it works out how much hordes you've got until the month after. Yeah. Okay, now do I have my positions back in the court? Yes. So this is you. And then I need to put in a wet nurse, who's going to be you. And a tutor, who's going to be you. Wonderful. Wet nurse, remember the job I had her on? And then you are going to help children at court have their skills increased? Yeah. Let's do it. And then we wait till the end of the month. And it should recalculate our strength. Nope. And it should recalculate our fertility. Why am I getting 0? Why is this worth 0? because the county control is 0. Alright then, so what I want to do is I want to pick the people who are best at county control, like you, and increase county control in that one. And then I want to go over here and I pick the second best person and increase county control there. Right, lack of tools. Let's do it. We have another son. This son is called Atrak. A lack of tools. Latest migration is taking a toll on the people. They're lacking many basic tools they use every day. I'll take the prestige hit to raise control, which now gives us the herd. I see. The martial contest. As we pass through the market in Aya, we hear a loud yell and stumble into an ongoing tussle between two women, tightly observed by a group of people. The crowd cheers profusely as one of them is swept off her feet, face planted solemnly in the dirt, thus concluding the match. "Who is next?" the woman yells into the crowd. Her eyes land on our group. Her face splits into a malicious grin as she looks at us. We take every challenge. We won the duel. Our wagon has got stuck. We will be late. It's alright. Tutor has educated our child, and we have arrived back home again. New event. Wild herd. Even from afar, the grazing beasts are a sight to behold. They have ferociously fed on the land, leaving little room for our own flocks to thrive and expand. Our terrorized shepherds have asked us to handle them before it leaves our own herd starving and dying. We can capture some of them. Raise control. Now it gets feasting well for 3 years, or they'll make us a small fortune. Let's grab this, which will also then mean that we gain more horde over time, because we're now getting a better bonus from the fertility of the land. Cool. I think I kind of understand what we're doing here a little bit more. Awesome. Well, with that, I think I am now going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.